this year, what better idea than to help people out, have a little preview of the course. Who better to give us a preview? A future vice captain and fellow member at Rawdon, Kyle McGuinness. Kyle, whereabouts are you, mate?
Thanks for that, Tommy. Here I am at hole number 4, 332 yards long. Now, there's two ways you can play this hole. For the pot twos at the higher handicappers, might want to lay up, or the big hitters might want to take the long drive on. Walk with me here, Tommy. You can see this hole, it goes to the left. If you do go left, you're in the horses field, which many players do, i.e. the pot twos. So that's why they might play it as a two-shot hole. The pot oneers might want to take the dangerous drive on over these trees on the right hand side. Let's just demonstrate how it goes. Perfect.
So obviously, Kyle, you've hit a stonker down the middle on the 4th. Where do we start looking for your ball?
Well, could start by looking at the right hand side of these trees here.
How many have we got to look for over there?
After the first two went a bit right. However, the main one that was in play is here. As you can see, Tommy, where the drive's heading up here from the big hitters in pot 1, this might be stroke index 1. However, for the pot 2s, might be 2 solid iron shots to finish it here. We've got around about 70 yards in, which is to a dangerous green. This green tilts from back to front. I'm going to demonstrate how we approach this green. Nice little solid wedge shot. Just landed short, bit of backspin, there you go.
Here at Rawdon, probably one of the trickiest that we've got. Very big green, the flag can be in numerous positions, every pin position challenging. There's no shame in 3-putting on this green. Try and get anything within a dustbin lid distance and try and get down in 2. But there's no shame in taking your 3 and getting off out of there. What we'll do with this, a little bit of movement left to right, try and get as close as we can on that pin. I'm just going to drop this hopefully in 2 and get out of here, move on to the 5th. Bit of pace in that one, you see we've left ourselves a tricky one, but we have gone past the hole at least. The better players, like Mr. Mop himself, Wayne Jackson, prides himself on never 3-putting. Channel my inner Jacko here. He's going to get out of here with a 3-putt and move on. That's a 5 for 3 for 3 for a 2-shotter. We take our 3-putt and we move on. So as we move on to the par 5, Kyle, 514 yards off a white and 509 yards off the yellow. Stroke index 16, but for a stroke index of 16, it's a long old distance. Talk to me about this one.
As you can see, Tommy, as just explained, it's a long par 5. It can be even longer in the current weather conditions. Wind blowing into your face can make it feel like a 690 yarder here at Royal Rawdon. Let's walk on to see what the second shot lies after a great tee shot.
So Kyle, we've hit a big drive on the 5th. We're halfway down the fairway. Where do we go from here?
So as you can see, as you said, Tommy, drive's about 300 yards off from the tee. Leaves me around about 220 yards in. Now, for the pot 2 people, you might want to lay up just before the bunkers here. For the big hitters, you might want to go for the green. Now this green all slopes into the flag. However, there's a lot of danger to the left. So if you do hook it left, you're out of bounds. If you push it right, there's a lot of trees, as you can see on the right hand side. As you can see, I'm going with an iron.
we're now on the 7th stroke index 4, 296 yards off the yellows, depending on where the flag position is. You can hear the green staff working behind us right away now, just trying to make this a little bit more difficult and testing for the Simply Open, so apologies for the noise here. Kyle, saying we're over on the 7th?
Yeah, Tommy. So, there's two types of ways to play this hole, depending where the tee is on this hole 7. For the pot 2 people, the likes of Jim Robinson will end up aiming towards Bruce's garden and try to cut it round into the fairway there. For the pot 1 people, might go with a nice little steady iron, play it nice and steady down to the fairway. If we move over to where potentially the tee might be on the 6th of November, as you can see, it's more of a straight line over the trees. However, if you do pull it left here, you are out of bounds. If you do go right, you have got a horrendous long shot into the 7th green. We'll demonstrate the green as we move up towards the green now.
Right, so here we are on the 7th green then, and again another big old green. We've got a flag position on the front of this one today. On the day of Simply Open, we don't know. It's a big old green. Anything bottom level is fine. As soon as you start moving up, it's a 2-tiered green here, so very big incline. And one thing you don't want to do is go big out back here, especially if the flag is on the top tier. Go big out back here, just to demonstrate. We're trying to get back to that pin there. It's very fast green. To hold anything then coming back down the hill, it needs to be a real sort of, you hit the hill there, positioning is going to be out that way there. Just a gentle, get it to the top of the hill. Once you get to the top of the hill, you should get that pace then. And that's not a bad effort if we're coming down. We might like a little bit more on that. We're coming from its top tier. If we're going up the hill, again, if you land it short, you're in the bottom tier, flags at the top. This little hill here is a fair old hill. It does need a good little hill hit to get it up there. As you see again, it's got to go with some real force. It just kills it. So Kyle, we're on the 8th then. Let's look at one of the par 3s that we've got here.
Right, Tommy, this is 157 yard par 3. The most treacherous par 3 here at Royal Rawdon. As you can see, it's a 2-tier tee shot. From when we're playing, we're going to be playing off the winter tees, which does make it slightly easier. However, you are now offered the winter mats. As you can see from this green, there's trees on the left, trees on the right. Surrounded by the green, you've got 25,000 bunkers. What you don't want to be doing is going left. If you do go left, you have got the most treacherous shot here at Royal Rawdon. If you do go right, which sometimes the wind does push it to the right, it's not a bad chip shot over. However, the ultimate shot is to hit the green in 1, as demonstrated here.
Business as well. Special offer on print this month.
Great shot, Kyle. So Kyle, we've come to the 18th then. So tell me about the 18th.
Tommy, this, I would say, can be a hole that you benefit from, depending how your tee shot is. What you've got to look for on the right hand side here is the most famous car wash in the whole of Great Britain. This car wash has taken, I would say, around about 1,000 balls just on the Saturday. What we've got to try and do, either, depending on what your score is, you can lay up with an iron into the middle of the fairway, leaves you a second shot in. However, as I'm a big hitter, I'm going to go driver, drive the green, 330 yards.
Here we are then, 18th tee, could come down to this one for a lot of players on Sunday. Could be very tight, your arse could be twitching. It's all about that 281 yards. Sounds easy, with a few obstacles in your way. Kyle, tell us about where we're going.
Thank you, Tommy. Like you just described there, determine whatever score you're going to be on going down the last will determine your tee shot. As I've described over there, some people do like to lay up. However, the majority of people will be hitting a drive, try to get it over these fantastic conifer trees here at Wales Organ. If you do go right, it's not a bad second shot in, as plenty of players will demonstrate, i.e. Garner, Donnan, Kay, Jacko. May go left. If you do go left, it does leave you a tricky second shot in. However, the key to it here, get all those conifers and leave you a little 30-yard chip shot in.